My name's Simon, and I'd just like to start by saying thank you for all being here today to share in my baptism. It is something that I feel ready for. I'm happy to give my life towards God and Christ and all that it will bring now from here. I've had quite a journey in my life, shall we say, and also for me, Christianity in my life started when I was about 13, 14, I would say, where I had a wonderful, supportive teacher at school who taught religious education, a gentleman called Mr. Winston, who helped me through some really traumatic family issues at the time and gave me a place where I could actually be feeling safe, feeling loved, and being one with myself. It was a club called Crusaders, which I'm sure some of you may have remembered joining or being at some point themselves. And also, it was a case of he would make sure that I would go away and do holiday clubs away, which were Christian led and Crusader led. Which gave me my initial beliefs, values, and understanding of Christianity, and for me to be able to turn around and say, yes, I am a Christian. From leaving that, when I was about 17 and a half, I joined the military. I joined the submarine service for about 15 and a half years. I served in several situations, from full-on active to very shore-based. Some of that shore-based time was at CTCRM Limpston, just up the road, which again I'm sure some of you may or may not know about. I was based there. There was a chef there called Yorth Jones, and as you can tell, he was a Welsh guy, and he was a lovely guy. He was a full-on pledged Christian and would be very proud about calling himself a Christian, and as a Royal Marine as well. He was in Royal Marine fashion telling you he was a Christian. He would never put it upon you. He would never thrust it upon you. He respected people's lifestyles, values, etc. So throughout my military career, I never left religion in any way, shape, or form, or my Christian values. I just went wayward with the way that I actually probably lived my lifestyle, and also with the fact of maybe going out and joining those people who were good friends at the time and acquaintances, but maybe not good for my inner soul and belief and values either. That said, I left the military, entered teaching for a number of years, and through that I was in and out of church, couldn't quite settle in any of them, and then obviously I went through a major traumatic divorce in about 2019. Throughout that period, I couldn't quite understand why it was that I was still here, and that was my first deep black area of my life where I really had virtually nothing to live with short of I was feeding hand to mouth with my work. I managed to get myself and secure myself a job, and rebuild my life that way, from the zero, really, in effect, and living in a car at one point. That said, it was a case of I got through that. I am now doing really, really well, and I think the night that I actually sat in the hotel that I was working in at the time, back in 2019, looking at the stars and asking the question, why am I here? Could have gone one of two ways. Frankly, could have really gone one or two ways, but it didn't. There was a bit of the inner military in me kicking in, and survival techniques, the inner ability to survive as well, was kicking in, even though I had deep thoughts and dark thoughts at the time. I got through that. I moved back down to Plymouth, where I was based for most of my time back in 2020, and joined the school that I'm in at the moment, or one of the schools that I'm in at the moment. And I just want to say thank you to Jenny and Lisa, who are here today as well, for coming and helping me through those times initially, because they were quite challenging. That said, I came to Upton Vale roughly round about 9 months ago, and saw where the potential was for me to become a Christian again and live the lifestyle that I had been as a teenager in my Christian journey. We then turned round, and over the past 4 months or so, I've done the Alpha course with Simon, and really learnt a lot, to the point of, I'd like to just say thank you to David as well, not DC, but Dave, I was speaking to you on that Alpha course at Buckfast, and you really gave me lots of questions to ask myself as well as answer for myself. And I knew that the only hiccup I had with baptism was it a ritual? So I approached Simon. Simon categorically turned around and helped me understand that this was not a ritual, and it wasn't a hurdle that everybody comes through, and it's not. You get to a point, you understand exactly what it is that you want to do, and you're going to give yourself to Christ, and which is what I want to do today. And from here on in, be happy with as well. One thing that popped out after our conversations, really more than anything, and one verse that I really do value, shall we say, for today, is 2 Corinthians 5:17, where it says, "Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, the new creation has come. The old has gone, the new is here." And that, for me, Sharon, is here today. Thank you.